Good evening, people. Hope you're all doing great today. Welcome to PWLE IAS, the weekly current affairs from 3rd July to 9th July. Please confirm whether the audio and video is clear. Good evening, Madhu. Shamima Chaudhary, hello. Good evening, Sakshi. जो क्वेश्चन बचे थे पिछले क्लास में वो कवर होगी क्या? Topics whatever were remaining that will get covered. Good evening. Official Gil, Kamal Wrights, Darshana, Khandelwal, Venugopal, Shweta, Nancy. Yeah, I have my usual students here. Vishnu Vardhan, Divyansh, Nishi, Tanuja, Madhu, Arushi, Sakshi. Jai Hind Vaibhav. All right. Anu Patil, Anishka, Anshika. How many subjects should I study per day? That depends upon your capacity, Tanuja. I will just wait for a few minutes before others come. Shantana Sharma, Abhi. Oh my God. Saraswati. Too many. See, understand here, this is basically a weekly current affair. So for all those people who have been asking me, is it good enough for state service? Is it good enough for CLAT? Is it good enough for this, for that, whatever? It is good enough for every exam. That is what I will tell you. But whether am I giving you the guarantee from here only the questions will come? Well, I am not the one who is setting the paper. If I was setting the paper, definitely yes, I would have taken the questions right from my own current affairs only. Current affairs or newspaper reading is something which everybody has to do, but unfortunately many people don't know how to read it. Many people still don't know how to take facts from it, and many people end up wasting a lot of time noting down whatever is given in editorial discussions, etc. So here the purpose of this weekly current affairs is not just to give you the news, but to at least understand, okay, these are the things going on. And yes, you can make notes from this, or if you're too lazy to make notes from this, at least read this. Read this once so that at the end of the month, when you finally get your monthly current affair compilation, when you read it, you can make sense out of it. Not at all touching your newspaper, not even attending this weekly current affairs. Finally, when you open your monthly current affair, you will feel it is all Greek and Latin. You're never going to feel comfortable. Getting the point here? Again and again I repeat. So last class again, before we go ahead with the class, one of the comments which I constantly received was, if you are not making notes, your own notes of current affairs, then you will not clear the service. How can you say something like this? Why are you being so arrogant? These are some of the comments what I got in YouTube. I told you not to make current affair notes and I stand by it even today 100%. But practice answer writing. What you're understanding from my class here, if you just take the PYQs of last 11 years, from 2013 onwards, you will find that there are many questions for which you will be able to write the answer based on the current affairs what I give you here. Getting the point here? Practice your PYQs. If you're making notes also, make it such a way that it helps you write the PYQs. That is what you should do. Not blindly take down all the data, etc. You can keep taking out data, but what is the whole point? When I don't give you the context of it, when I don't tell you what is the background of it, what is the whole point of remembering it? You will never remember. Clear, people? See, let me tell you, Staff Selection Commission, CLAT, etc. These are actually exams which will actually ask questions which are very data based, factual based. Names they will ask, like for example, SSC can easily ask who is the chairman of SBI. That I am definitely not going to cover here. Getting the point here? Largely the focus here is going to be UPSC and to overall get an understanding of what has happened in a week. Make it very clear. Alright, so without any further delay, taking you right into it. So as I told you, so okay, this is my official Telegram channel. You can contact me here for your subject related queries. Any one newspaper is enough. Getting the point here? Please people, now for the other queries and questions which are not related to the topics here, please reserve those questions towards the end of the class. And prepare yourself for a long session because we have backlogs from last week. We need to cover it. Backlogs and UPSC don't go well together. So we will be covering it today. Whatever other queries you have, anything with regard to your preparation or whatever, we have links given here in the description. Just below this, there are links. Google Forms are there. Please fill it. Our team can reach out to you. Clear? The topics from the week: freedom of speech and expression, GST and tobacco, safety of cancer drugs, neighboring irritants and the world, cooperative policy, language trouble, census, Naxalism, new criminal laws, IT Bill 2025, deregistering political parties, genome, remittance, internal security, gender index, deportation, judiciary, judicial activism, issues within judiciary, SDG, energy sector, governance, tuberculosis, Google's AI, Forest Rights Act, Governor versus State Government, Environment, Research and Development, Admiralty Suit, Data Point, and finally, public administration related topics. Clear? So let us start taking this down one by one. Freedom of speech and expression. It is a fundamental right that is guaranteed under Article 19. Correct? We are all aware of it. But that doesn't mean you can write and say anything that you want. So where do you draw the line? Where is the exact line where we say, okay, this is speech and expression. Oh no, that is insult. That cannot be allowed. That is going to cause harm to a community. So let me give you two important examples here. One, the first one is to do with the movie title of a Malayalam movie. Alright, the title of the movie is Janaki versus the state of Kerala. Now what is the problem here? Apparently the censor board has found a problem with it. Janaki is another name for Sita. Sita from Ramayana. So that can be construed as an insult, because here in this particular movie apparently the character Janaki is a rape victim and she is fighting for justice and she finally wins the case. This is the overall theme of the movie as explained by the makers of the film to the Central Board of Film Certification as well as in the High Court. High Court judges even decided that they will sit and watch the movie just to find out whether the movie title will hurt the sentiments of the people or not. That is especially the Hindu community. But just as these discussions were going on, the movie makers finally decided that they will add an initial to Janaki. Janaki V. The movie name is what? Janaki. Originally it was Janaki versus the state of Kerala. Now it is going to become what? Janaki dot V, I believe the initial is V, versus the state of Kerala. Just to tell that this is somebody else, doesn't have any reference to Sita Mata. Is this the first time that in India we have had such an issue? Not at all. This is not the first time. If you go back to history, you may even know that name. The movie Tere Bina Zindagi Se Koi Andi. Put a G in front of it, what do you get? Gandhi. It was very close to the life of the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, etc. Allegedly. These days anything can become a controversy. I don't want to get into any controversies here. But apparently Gandhi also faced this issue. So is it only those movies back then? No. Another movie which faced the title issue was Ram Leela. Ram Leela, even today if you tell people it is Ram Leela, people will understand. But apparently the name that was presented in front of the Central Board of Film Certification following controversy was Goliyon Ki Ras Leela Ram Leela. Sounds more like a drama than the movie, than like a drama title rather than a movie name. But that is how this has been. For a very long time, this is how it is. At the drop of a hat, apparently there are people in our country who finds insult in everything. So, even the CBFC is catering to that narrative by actually telling that, no, you cannot put any names which will insult any community. And that provision is there within the law. That provision is there. That if at all the title or the content of the movie is going to hurt the sentiments of any particular community, then censor will apply. So this is one aspect where right to freedom of speech and expression is getting tampered with. Even the High Court actually said demand for change of film name not justifiable. Even the judiciary, the highest court in the state, even they ruled in favor of the movie makers. But finally, the movie makers had to yield. They put an initial. Pretty soon they'll be getting their certification. Wherever the name Janaki has been used in the movie, it will be muted. Now, let me take you to another instance. And what is that? High Court denies relief to Madhya Pradesh cartoonist over PMRSS caricatures. A Madhya Pradesh cartoonist actually made caricatures of the Prime Minister as well as RSS. Along with that, apparently even insulted the Hindu god Lord Shiva. Finding offense in it, Madhya Pradesh High Court has denied any sort of relief. That is no bail, nothing to the cartoonist here. So on one side you can see the freedom of speech and expression getting punished. On another side, by the High Court itself, on another side you can see the High Court upholding freedom of speech and expression. So where is the line? This is the reason why we keep telling fundamental rights are only quantifiable. And whatever rights you have, fundamental rights are only qualified, not quantifiable. Only qualified, that means they are not absolute. They are not sacrosanct. Case by case basis, reasonable restrictions can be placed on the fundamental rights. Clear, people? My polity and governance students, if you are watching this, these are the sort of examples which UPSC expects you to write in your GS paper to answer. So saw the irony here. On one side, judiciary upholding freedom of speech and expression. On another side, judiciary actually coming down heavily on the cartoonist, telling that you cannot use freedom of speech and expression here. I'll just briefly read it out to you. On the face of it, the conduct of the applicant, just excuse me, I'm having power issues here, but let's continue. On the face of it, the conduct of the applicant in depicting the RSS, which is a Hindu organization, along with the Prime Minister of this country in the aforesaid caricature, coupled with his endorsement of a rather demeaning remark, dragging unnecessarily the name of Lord Shiva in the comments tagged to it, is nothing but sheer misuse of the freedom of speech and expression. That means misuse of freedom of speech and expression is not going to be tolerated. Getting the point here? Moving on. Now let us see what are the other ones. Student visa aspirants must make social media profiles public, says US Embassy. That means whoever is applying for, whoever is planning for going to USA for future studies, you have to make your social media profile public, where they will even monitor your last 5 years entire social media chats. They will see what comments you have been posting online. They will see what channels you have been subscribing or supporting. Based on that only you are going to get your visa. In other words, if it has been found that, in the perspective of USA, I am telling this, if it has been found that you have anti-Semitic sentiments, that means you are against Jews, you are against Israel, you are against America, you are against Western nations generally, you have posted comments or you have shared articles or liked articles which are anti-West, trust me, you are not going to get any visa. As simple as that. Social media profile, henceforth, I'm telling you, social media profile is going to be the new norm to actually decide to whether to allow somebody inside or keep them outside. It is going to be the fastest way. Because people are more honest in their social media profile rather than in public. Getting the point here. Outrightly, people may not say, I support this or support that. But privately, they will like that video, they'll put that comment, and that exactly is what US wants to see. Why? Thanks to all the pro-Palestinian protests that rocked almost all the major universities in USA. Getting the point here. So what is the fastest way to filter things out? I want to know if 10 people are coming in, how many of these are supporting Palestine. What is the best way to know? Check their social media profile. Simple. Because these days people will not share anything with their family or with their friends. Whatever venting out they want to do, they do it in online. And visit the online, you get complete data. This is what USA is going to do now. Or rather have already started doing it. Getting the point here? Moving on. X counters ministry statement says government ordered Reuters block. Reuters is basically an international news agency that reports on news, etc. So X is telling that we simply didn't block Reuters from our own free will. Government told us to block, that is why we have blocked. The rule in India is very clear. Once government agencies makes an official request to pull down a post or a photograph or a video, whatever has been posted online, once the government agency gives a request, the platform that is there, the intermediary platform, that is, let us say, I posted something which is very sensitive, be it on Twitter, sorry, not Twitter, X platform, Facebook, Insta, anywhere, etc. Once the government makes the request, these platforms have a very limited time window within which they should remove that content. If they don't remove the content, and because of my sensitive content, it led to a huge law and order issue, these people will face, what is it? Punishment. They can get fined, even they can get jailed also. It is possible. Getting the point here. Taking it further forward. GST and tobacco. Now, GST and tobacco. Tobacco is something, obviously, you know, smoking. Smoking is injurious to health. We all know that. But what is the correlation between GST and tobacco? Tobacco usage, especially among the teenagers and especially among the youth, it is always on the higher side. Shubham, once you just because you dislike the post or you take out the content, you remove the content, etc., don't think that you won't be able, that won't be tracked down. If I want to track it down, I can track it down. Why? It is called a digital footprint. Digital footprint. That is, if I have entered, it is just like you wore a shoe, you walked on sand, went to somebody's home, and you came out. Nobody saw. Nobody saw it. But as of now, what is the case? The thing is, as you came out, everybody saw that the footprint is there. With the footprint, they can track you down. Getting the point here? Just excuse my power supply here. It is erratic today. Some repair work is going on. That is the reason. Anyway, we will continue with our discussion. Gross GST collections in 24-25 reached a record 22 lakh crore, reflecting a year-on-year growth of 9.4%. Now, this is the sort of data that you need in your answer. How is what possible and through which act? Anshika Verma, please put it up a little more in depth. When you are writing anything here, please understand there is a slight delay in the lag is there with the buffering. So, any question you ask, please elaborate and put it up. Clear? So 9.4% year-on-year growth. That means it is doing really well. Next, fault lines in taxation. Tobacco use continues to pose a severe public health threat in India, causing over 3,500 deaths daily and incurring an economic burden of 2,340 billion annually. So the question here is, remembering this figure is not going to be so easy for me, but this figure I can remember. 1.4% of GDP in 2017. So 1.4% of GDP is the cost of what? Smoking related deaths in the year 2017. Getting the point here? I can use this data in my society paper, GS paper 1, substance addiction among the youth, because you must understand one thing, this is the starting point. From there it is going to be alcohol, and from there it is going to be what? Drugs. And then maybe we will hear what? That some rich guy took his Porsche or Ferrari or Lamborghini out who was underage, and then he hit some hardworking people in corporate who are working only for 30 or 40,000 and he killed them. And finally the judiciary gave a punishment like just write an essay. We will hear such news. The fact of the matter is most of the adolescents, most of the school children have started smoking these days. Reason being the release of dopamine. When you smoke, basically what happens is dopamine gets released in your brain. And that is actually a happy hormone. Dopamine is generally released after you achieve something or after you exercise. It is something that is supposed to be associated with Achievement. That is, you achieve something, you are supposed to get it. But youth these days, they want the instant satisfaction or gratification, and they try to achieve it by consuming this. Dopamine in a very small amount, if it gets released, for example, through chocolates, etc., that is not harmful. But anything other than that, that is cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, etc., it remains in the system for a very long time. And that can actually take you to la 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 land. So each time when you smoke, the dopamine gets released more and more. So you want it to remain in the system for a long time. And that is how they move from alcohol to drugs and to whatnot. Getting the point here? This is the reason for addiction. Even girls, when they eat chocolate, that is the reason. If you have noticed, girls actually nibble their chocolate. They don't bite it. They don't bite or chew like how we do. They'll just take a small bite. Most of their bags, if you search, you will find chocolates from the British era, because they will slowly unwrap it and slowly eat it. Why? Because that small bite is enough. They allow it to melt in their mouth and then they get the dopamine kick. But it is not damaging. It lasts only for a few seconds. Unlike cigarette, alcohol and drugs. That is one reason why you should stay away from it. There will be impact of inflation on GST. No doubt about it, Dexter. There will be always an impact. Clear? It has nothing to do with International Court of Justice and all, Anshika. I can regulate the social media in my country. So basically, every country can make laws with regard to how the social media or AI platforms are supposed to function with respect to their country. Every country has that right. So with every social media platform has to comply by each national laws. Getting the point here? Moving on. So 1.4% of GDP in 2017, a figure far exceeding the 551 billion GST revenue generated from tobacco annually on average in the past 5 years. India remains the second largest consumer of tobacco. That is another data which you can remember. Second largest, no doubt about it. Because one thing what we have always been good at is what? Reproduction. We kept on reproducing, because back then our grandparents did not have any other entertainment. So the only entertainment was basically baby manufacturing. So great grandparents, etc., if you see, they have 10, 11, 12 children, etc. Correct? So because of that, what has happened? We have a very large youthful population. Wherever youthful population is on the higher side, you will generally find what? Substance addiction at its peak. Getting the point here? Moving on. Globally, with 28.6% of adults and 8.5% of students between the ages of 13 to 15 years using tobacco in some form. Getting the point here? We'll come to that. Bruce Wayne, we will come to that. If you are Bruce Wayne, then why are you preparing for UPSC, man? A stagnation in tax. Okay, hold on. Now the next data. Currently, the overall tax burden on tobacco products remains well below the World Health Organization recommendation of 75% of retail price, 22% for BDs, 54% for cigarettes, and 65% for smokeless tobacco. That is, basically, if you see what has World Health Organization recommended. Another important thing which I want you to put in your answers. International bodies recommendation. Mukta Ahol, right to privacy, like I told you, is not at all a absolute right. In India especially, national security is held at an upper level than fundamental right. Always remember that. If you remember, just a few months ago, Supreme Court gave another ruling on Pegasus spy software. Supreme Court literally said, what is wrong if the government is using Pegasus to ensure national security? End of the discussion. That is, government has every right to spy on what am I doing. If I have nothing to hide, why am I worried? Getting the point here. And if you actually look at it, right now all of you are sitting and chatting here, we don't have any privacy. Neither I have any privacy nor you have any privacy. As simple as it is. So as my request to you is, if you are planning to give any government exam, for the love of God, please delete all your social media accounts. Just keep some one or two Instagram account. Just put it for your father, mother, and close friends, and then keep it very private, so that even if anybody searches it, they are not going to find anything controversial. Because trust me, that will be used in the future. Why? We will come to that. Hold on to your guns. So World Health Organization's recommendation is what? There should be 75% of what? Overall tax burden on tobacco products should be 75% totally. How is the breakup? 22% for BD, 54 for cigarette, 65 for smokeless tobacco. Smokeless tobacco means we are basically talking about even e-cigarettes. Getting the point here? Now let us take it up further. So, after the implementation of GST, what has happened is, from 54%, cigarettes tax has come down to 8, 17% to 1% for BDs, and 59 to 11%. What the article is actually highlighting is, GST implementation, although it has been increasing from year on year, the tax burden for cigarette, BDs, and smokeless tobacco has gone down. So the article is basically suggesting increase this again. Why? Because in between, when earlier before GST you had something else. What was that? Value added tax. During the days of value added tax, how did the scenario work out? The tax burden was very, very high. Getting the point? The tax burden was very, very high. As a result of which, looking at the price of the cigarette, people used to stop smoking. Now actually it has dropped down. So the article's recommendation is increase everything again. Getting the point here? Now see, all said and done, cigarette smokers are bade dilwale hai. Very big heart they have. Why? Cigarette represents only 15% of tobacco users, but they contribute over 80% of tax revenue. Getting the point here? They actually contribute over 80%. Getting the picture? That is why increase it even more further. Got the point? Next thing, illicit trade. What do you mean by illicit trade? So actually it is a medical miracle only, because if you have actually seen any cigarette packet, it looks very yuck. One look at it before going for lunch or dinner, you won't feel like having food. But these smokers, what they will do is they'll buy that packet, they'll open and they will still smoke it. Getting the point here? They'll buy and they'll smoke it. There are people who get irritated when they see this diagram. I mean, picture. So what instead they do is they get smuggled cigarettes, especially from countries like Malaysia. It will have plain packing. That is, it will be totally plain. No sticker, nothing. Getting the point here? Long cigarettes. And they will consume it. This, however, is only what? Anywhere between 2.7% to 6.6% only. Not everybody can access this. Buy it. Getting the point here? So basically, what is the bottom line now? Just increase the GST of tobacco, BD, smokeless tobacco, BD and cigarettes. Getting the point here? It is not necessary for you to make completely clear to you. The point here is, anyway, you will get all of this as PDF. So PDF also, again, you can click the description below. There you will be getting all of this. Clear? See, one thing I will tell you, if you don't smoke, if you don't drink, that is the best thing. Getting the point here? Because as it is, you all are sitting probably and studying. Sitting is the new smoking. Along with that, if you have a this thing means, generally I have my smoking friends who tell me that, Arey, it's okay. Everybody has to die one day. If you die, great. Nothing like it. But the fact of the matter is, you will not die easily. Heart attack, paralysis, later they will basically tell you, don't eat anything spicy, don't drink anything cold, this, that, etc. Basically, they will allow you to have a Gandhi-like lifestyle. No non-veg, only veg, only boiled things you can eat. Those are the advantages, and that will generally happen after 30s. Then for all the men out there who are still unmarried, there is a very good chance that your impotency will increase. That means no more baby manufacturing. Do yourself a favor. If you are smoking and drinking, don't get married. It will be a big, service to the society. All right, people, moving on. Safety of cancer drugs. This is something that has been in news. Getting the point here. Something that has been in news because our cancer drugs has been caught in some places where it was below quality and it killed a few people. So we are going to see what are the steps here that will ensure what safety of cancer drugs. What are the international best practices here? Getting the point? Let us look into that. Safety of cancer drugs when you take. What are the... Okay, safety of cancer drugs. Let us look into this article only. And what are the most commonly used cancer drugs? Cisplatin, oxaliplatin, cyclophosphamide, methotrexate, and leucovorin. These are the major cancer drugs. Nobody is talking about banning anything. We are only talking about we should increase the tax, Manish. Tax should be increased. That is the main point. Clear? Someone said those who don't smoke have a higher chance of lung cancer. Ask them, what is it, from where did they get their sasta nasha? Just ask them that. All right. Moving on. United Kingdom. So whenever we suggest something, when we say, okay, we need some policy which is the best in the world, then what do? We need to find out which is the best practice in the world. The United Kingdom employs a gold standard system to ensure the safety of drugs, which account for about 80% of NHS prescriptions, with 2/3 imported. National Health System, UK. All right. Measures include 2 rounds of quality testing. 2 rounds. So how do they do it? How does UK do it? There are 2 rounds of quality testing at manufacturing site and upon UK entry. There are 2 ways. One, at the manufacturing site, they do the first testing wherever it is manufactured. Second is what? When it enters. Now, safety of generic drugs. What is generic drug? And India is sometimes called as the capital of manufacturing generic drugs. What is that? Simple logic, I will tell you. So let us say there is a pharmaceutical company X. All right, a pharmaceutical company. They manufactured a drug for cancer. After spending 20 years in research and development, and maybe they would have even spent close to some $50 million. All right. After doing this, they release the product in the market. Generally, when such a product is released in the market, what this company will do is they will apply for a patent. The patent will usually have a time period. It could be 10 years. It could be 15 years. Depends how many years it is. What it simply means is, for this 10 years or 15 years, only this company can produce this drug. No part of this drug, nor the formula present in it, can be reproduced in any other form. Only this company will have the exclusive right here. Now, what is the next comedy? The next comedy is maybe the price of this one tablet could be priced at maybe $500. That means in India, that simply means more than 4,000 rupees. Correct? Ease of calculation. I know rupee value is around close to 90, but let us keep it at 80 now. Ease of calculation. More than 4,000 rupees for one tablet. If I'm buying even one tablet for the whole month, how much it will be for my cancer treatment? It will be more than 1,20,000. Even a person who is earning maybe 1.5 lakh in a month won't be able to afford this, making it very, very costly. The company is justified because they spent 20 years, they spent $50 million. They need to recover their money, and they only have this 10-year or 15-year time period. Getting the point? Now this is where India enters the scene. India, the Indian jugaad. What happens generally to your old shirt? Old shirt. If the shirt or t-shirt or dress, whatever, if it becomes old, what happens to it? No substitute, nothing, Manish. You cannot basically touch this drug. You can make another one. But whatever you're making another one, it should have nothing to do with this. What will happen to your shirt, t-shirts, etc.? Can anybody tell me? Pocha, 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 pocha. Correct. You will wipe it. That is, there is a grade again. First it will go to the table. From table it will come to the floor. From the floor it will go to the toilet. Correct. Then after that all that is over. Then when you are about to take it and throw it out, that time our mother will come and say what? Array, this can be used again. How it can be used, God Almighty knows. Alright. What is the Indian jugaad here? The Indian jugaad is simple. As soon as, let us say, 10 saal khatam ho gaya. 10 years, it was 10 years patent and this 10 years got over. Now what? Indian company will come. They will buy this drug. They'll buy one they will buy. And then they will do reverse engineering. From that reverse engineering, what they will do is they will find out all its chemical formula and everything. Getting the point here? They will find all the chemical formula. And then what will happen? This is blue and green. That is red and green. Getting the point here? Same drug, but formula is different. Formula slightly variation, but it will have the same effect as this. Now here comes the next thing. What will be the price of this? Maybe rupees 400. Where is 4,000? Where is 400? 400, even if I use it for 30 days, it is only going to come to what? 12,000 rupees, not 1,20,000. At least now I can afford this. Got the point here? This is one major contention, one major issue that US President Donald Trump has against India. One major issue. One. बहुत सारा issues है that Trump is having with India, but this is one major issue. Lekin, the other issue I will tell you. What is the other issue? Many people actually fear the safety of the drugs. Safety of generic drugs. Which has been verified. I mean, safety of generic. Why that issue is there? Because reports of deaths happening in Sri Lanka. Reports of death coming from a few of the African countries. That is the reason. So if you actually go to even these prime ministers' Aushadhi centers are there. Jan Aushadhi centers. So there you can get these generic drugs at very less price. You go to a pharmacy. That is the next topic that we'll be discussing. And you will try to buy a vitamin D tablet. For 4 tablets, maybe you will have to pay 250 rupees. Pretty expensive. But you go to a Prime Minister Jan Aushadhi Kendra, you will get a strip of 12 tablets, maybe for just 20 rupees. This is the variation. Getting the point here. You try going and asking an MBBS doctor, doctor, can I buy this tablet? Doctor that time will start the whole acting wholesale Dukwan. He will be like, left to you. If you want, you buy. I don't know. I will not recommend. Enough. From that one Kathakali expression, you will decide, okay, no need. Whatever it is, what you will do, you will go to probably the most expensive pharmacy and buy this or something more expensive than this. Got the point here? But let us try to understand now this safety part. 20 different quality markers are checked during each round. Verification is done by qualified experts. Example, those registered with the Royal Society of Chemistry. Regular inspections of manufacturing facilities by the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, both domestically and abroad. In our country, it is not that we don't have any inspecting authority. You have the Drug Control Agency is there. All agencies are available here. But the only problem is what? They don't do their job properly. If every government department was doing their job properly, we wouldn't be having any issues. Unfortunately, we do everything only when some major disaster happens. Best example, look at the Hyderabad tragedy. Because of poor maintenance, it exploded. 1980, Bhopal gas tragedy. What did we learn from it? Nothing. So, this continues. Getting the point here. The World Health Organization has implemented several mechanisms through their effectiveness is often limited. What is it? First one is rapid alert system for dangerous drugs. The system issues alerts to member governments after a concern is raised and assessed. However, it only detects problems after harm has occurred and many regions lacks facilities to test drugs. Only 7 sub-Saharan African countries have WHO approved laboratories. That is the next issue. WHO approved laboratories in the whole of Africa, you only have what? 7. Global benchmarking tool. This tool assesses national regulatory systems on a scale of 1 to 4 maturity. In 2023, 70% of WHO member countries were rated level 1 or 2, indicating limited capacity to check imported drugs. That means in 2023, 70% of the World Health Organization's member countries, it was found that they only had what? A rating level of 1 or 2. Means what? They had a very limited capacity to check the quality of drugs which are imported. Got the point here? Then, essential medicine list. This list prioritizes safe and effective medications, helping countries focus limited resources, though generic versions can still be fake or substandard. That is, you have certain essential medicines, right? Now, as we keep going forward, since 1991, if you take India's case itself, let us take India's case only. 1991, if you take after 1991, the burden of non-communicable diseases is much higher than communicable diseases. What do you mean by non-communicable diseases? Well, all your cardiovascular diseases, all your diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, and needless to say, cancer. This has gone up. And obviously, because of this, we need the generic medicine industry, because who can afford the treatment? How many people can afford it? Even the painkillers, the steroids that is needed after a surgery, after maybe an open bypass surgery or whatever, heart surgery, whatever, you still need what? You still need steroids. Otherwise, how are you going to recover? And those steroids are expensive. Getting the point here. Next point. Pre-qualification programs. These programs list who inspected and evaluated laboratories, drugs and active pharmaceutical ingredient sources, aiding governments in procuring safe medicine. Pre-qualification program simply means who will do all the testing. Why they don't take serious action? Poor implementation. Getting the point. Maybe a VVIP should die. If a VVIP dies, action will be taken. But which VVIP will die in our country by taking generic drugs? Most of our politicians, etc., if you see, for medical treatment, all of them rushes to where? USA. None of them want to be in India. Few are there, handful are there who get their treatment here. But otherwise, everybody goes where? To USA. That is the reason. Who are the ultimate people who will die here? It is the poor people. And which are the poor people again? Like I already told you, 81 crore people are there in this country who are dependent on the government for food. That is for their ration. Do you think this 81 crore can go abroad? Can go to USA for a medical treatment? Will they be able to afford this? They end up becoming what? Just another statistic. One akada. 2 people died because of this. In one newspaper, one small news will come. We will also read it and we will say, oh, sad. You will turn the page. End of the story. Getting the point here. Moving on. Good manufacturing practices certification. This ensures consistent quality in pharmaceutical production and is used by over 100 countries. Whose certification scheme? An importing country can request a certificate of pharmaceutical products from the exporting country, verifying the drug's approval and safe manufacture. However, the system has significant flaws. The 2023 paper showed all 84 drugs. Look at it now. All the 84 drugs from India to Nigeria with COPP's failed testing. Getting the point here. Not one or two, 84 drugs. And which year? In 2023. They failed quality testing. Got the point here? There is a reason why people will say if you need to survive in India, you either need power or you need money. How much money? As much money as possible. Where you can aram se sit in your Mercedes, S-Class, Benz or Rolls Royce and say, money cannot buy you happiness. Getting the point here? Moving on. Now coming to, I know that last topic, most of you are, hey, this is so boring, this is not interesting. Kuch interesting chahiye, yaar. Neighboring irritants and the world. In the last class also I remember, I actually told one article was actually bakwas. That was the word I used. For that I got a lot of reprimanding in the short section. So I will rather, because suddenly it comes out. I very rarely keep a filter when I have to pass a comment on something. So I will just rephrase that word. That was not devoid, that whole thing was not based on any data. So let us see. So the main thing about that article again was basically that India needs to change its stance. India cannot be, very neutral. India should side with somebody. That was the whole article about. So now let me take you through a chronology of events. Alright. As to quote our dear Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah, आप chronology समझ लीजिए. समझ रहे हो ना? आप chronology समझ लीजिए. आ जाइए. 2016, we had the surgical strike, correct? Now, tell me what happened when did we have 2019, we had what? Balakot strike? Air strike? Can anybody confirm this? Balakot air strike, when did we have? (2019) did we have Balakot airstrike? Confirm it, people. Uri? Yes. Balakot? Correct. 2022. Can anybody tell me what was the event that took place in 2022? Some of you at least won't be knowing it. We are only talking about what we gave them, not what they scratched on us. We are how we punched them. They came to do Kiya Miya with us, Pakistan. We gave them one Zor ka Jhatka, Phatar we gave. That is all we are discussing here. Anybody can tell 2022. 2022 was the year where we had the accidental firing of BrahMos. In 2016, we had a soldier-based attack. Precision attack we had. We went across LOC. We took down their terrorists. We came back. 2019, we had an airstrike. 2016, 2019. After conducting these two strikes, did we have any international pressure on us? Did USA or UN, anybody tell what India did is not right? No. Nobody said anything. Correct? Nobody said anything. Everybody kept quiet. India attacked Pakistan, I let them attack, leave. Correct? Now for the third thing, accidental firing of BrahMos. Accidental. What is BrahMos? BrahMos is basically a cruise missile. And what is a cruise missile? Cruise missile is something where I have to give the proper latitude and longitude. That means, what is my target? I have to give it pakka. Getting the point here? Only after you give the target, you can launch it and it will go. You cannot change the target even midway. Once the target is launched and you fire it, it will go there and land. That means it's a precise attack. So cruise missile is something like, imagine a fielder, a cricket fielder who is there in the inner circle. When they get a ball in their hand, how will they throw it? Will they throw it up? No, they will throw it like this, closer to the ground. Why? Speed. They want the ball to hit the stumps at the fastest. Correct? They'll keep it very close to the ground. That is a cruise missile. It will remain very close to the ground. That means it cannot be detected that easily in radar. On top of it, if it is our BrahMos, which is a supersonic cruise missile, if it is traveling that fast, it is even more difficult. Got the point here? Now, $1 million question is, how did they fire it accidentally? Raat mein switch, BrahMos switch was near, fan switch. I was sleepy. I wanted to switch on the fan. Accidentally, I switched on the BrahMos. And then missile went by itself. Interestingly, this missile went and landed inside Pakistan in an area which was totally empty. That means no civilians, no military, nothing was there. Very good, Sudhanshu. Very good. Getting the point here. No civilian, no military, and it landed. And as usual, Kapil Sharma's biggest competitor in Asia, Mr. Shahbaz Sharif, made the best statement. He's my favorite comedian. Whenever I'm depressed, I just look at him. If that fellow is alive, then why am I sad? That nobody knows, Pradeep. It is accident. We will only say it is accident. Please. We will only say it is accident. It was an honest mistake. And again, after this mistake was done, then the very next week, what happened? Philippines nicely bought one nice big consignment of BrahMos. Getting the point here? Philippines came and went because Philippines had a doubt. Will it be detected in Chinese radar? India was like, how to check it now? Pakistan has it right. We'll check it there. Leave. Got it done. Like that they say. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, as per records, it is accidental firing. Don't say India did it purposefully to check and all. Don't say like that, okay? It is very bad. So here the army attacked. Here the air force attacked. Here we launched a missile. Did anything happen to India's foreign relation? Did anything happen? Was India under any foreign pressure? No. Getting the point here? Alright, now again, to all my students out there, when did India become a member of all these three? Missile, technology, control regime, Wassenaar arrangement. Those of you who don't know this, please Google and find it out. And then the Australian group. When did we become a member of all this? I love that emoji, Shreya. That's such a nice emoji. Which years? '16, 17, 18. Very good, Harry. I'll just explain this. Missile technology control regime simply means any technology that you're buying or selling with related to missile, you have to be a responsible player. If you're buying any missile technology or you're selling anything, you have to be a responsible player. Tell me, 2022 what we did, was it responsible? It is no way responsible. Correct? This is no way responsible. If you're calling it accidental, then India became a member of all these three in 16, 17, 18. By default, then international community should have removed India from here. Did they remove? Did they remove? No again. Now 2025. Obviously, we can never forget it. Operation Sindoor, which is still ongoing. People again, many were telling, but what is it? Just because world countries remained silent, that was the argument that I gave. Nobody put any pressure on India. Then somebody told, but nobody talked about Pakistan also. So how can you say that India was supported? Well, here is the next data. India had the support of Israel. We used their drones. India had the support of France. We used their military hardware. India had the support of Russia. And some people say USA did not support them. Is it? Then who is going to deliver Nike Apache helicopters for USA? From USA. We are going to get these helicopters probably by this month. 3. Predator drone is there. The best drone in the market. When it comes to killing, sending missiles and all. Alright, Predator drone. USA has provided this to India. And USA has basically decided not to give it to Pakistan. Isn't this international support? Okay, USA is providing. Is Russia standing still? Russia has already promised. You don't worry, Mr. Modi. We will provide you the S-500. How many you want? S-500. We will. The Russians. Russia will give you. Mother Russia will give you. Have you ever seen this happening in history? USA is supplying weapons. Russia is supplying weapons. France is supplying weapons. Israel is supplying weapons. Everybody is giving it to India. Understand one thing very clearly. World needs India. As simple as that. World needs India. There is nothing, no further argument. Now, why is it that they didn't get any support? That, as they say, international support was not there. October 7th, innocent civilians were butchered by Hamas in Israel. Israel pledged revenge and started pounding Palestine. Correct? Israel started attacking Palestine. Most of the countries did not want it. Why? Because whenever there is a conflict between Israel and Palestine, crude oil prices goes up, shipping charges goes up, the whole of Middle East, Red Sea, that area, it will all become what? Very uncertain. So nobody wants this conflict, and this is happening since how many years? And this will keep going for another 50 years. No doubt about it. Getting the point here. So nobody wants this. So everybody were telling Israel, reduce, come on, enough. You have been pounding them, right? Leave it, let go. Let us ensure peace. Let us ensure peace. World countries have been saying it. Why most countries have been saying it? Not USA. Why most countries were saying it? Because of their domestic policies. Wherever left / liberal / democratic countries, democratic parties have come to power, they have not supported whom? Israel. They will never support, because they will only keep telling that Palestine is getting pounded. This is an assault on the minorities. This is an assault on a poor people. That is how they will say it. Countries that will support it but won't say it openly, where you have the right-wing parties. Alright, they will support but not directly. Because the same issue, cost will go up. Crude oil prices goes up. Export, import, everything goes for a toss. So they will silently say, okay, we will support you, but put an end to it. Getting the point? Now tell me, you are not directly supporting Israel. You are totally opposing Israel when Hamas attacked the civilians on October 7. Okay, internationally this event has taken place only 1 or 2 years back. Now, Pahalgam takes place. India says it has full right to attack Pakistan. If the same countries support India, what will Israel say? Oh, when for India, when it bleeds, it is blood. But for me, Israel, when it bleeds, it is coconut chutney or tomato chutney or kisan ketchup. It is basically a dialogue in Tamil. உனக்கு வந்தா ரத்தம் எனக்கு வந்தா தக்காளி சட்னி ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கு. Getting the point here? That is the main issue. When you never extended support to Israel, now how will you extend it here? Getting the point here? Right-wing party Ujjwal, it simply means my country, my culture, my religion, my identity Zindabad. That is what it means. Got the point? So openly they cannot support it. But if you notice, the Quad countries have actually given full support. Getting the point here? Apps, BJP, I'm not going to use the word BJP because that is not the correct word to use for students who are going to give government exam. Current government and Israel are like, we are in love, we are in love. That is what it is. It is a long-term plan. If you notice, most of the wanted people of Pakistan whom we want to, we want to make them, put them in nice photo and keep them on the wall. They are getting killed inside Pakistan. That strategy, if you see, it is very similar to what Mossad has been doing. So let us say I have become number one villain for Mossad. Even if I am 99 years old, I am shaking and walking. Mossad will come wherever I am, find me out, and then take me down. Getting the point here? That same strategy we are adopting. If there is a threat to India, we will find them where they are and we will take them down. Number one. Number two, if our countrymen are stuck somewhere, we will go there, get them out. Look at what happened in Iran. Whenever, wherever any international issue is there, we'll send our aircraft, we'll bring every last Indian from there. Be it in Ukraine, we did it. Be it in Iran, we did it. Getting the point here? Are Trump, you leave. See, Trump wants Nobel Peace Prize. You understand. Trump is one spoiled kid, rich kid who never got any affection from his father. So he still has this constant need to prove that I am really good. Please understand, I'm really good. I'm really a great guy. And Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize. Ever since Obama got it, he has been behind it. And that is why he's doing all this. Suggest my name, suggest my name. And who went and suggested? Pakistan went and suggested. Wonderful. Getting the point here? So that is the thing. That is almost like asking Osama bin Laden to come and give one speech on peace. So based on so many articles, if you actually look at it, so many articles were there with regard to international relations. I'll quickly give a breakup. Another issue now. Alright. Another issue now. India-Bangladesh. That is, Pakistan itself is like one small khujli for us. One irritation. One mosquito. That's it. Machar. Nothing more. This is like machar ke bache. That's all. Bangladesh, which cannot survive for a single day without India's support, they want to now give competition to us. Seriously? Kuch to seeko. Look at what has happened with Pakistan and you want to take panga with us? Seriously? And they had the audacity. They went to China and said, listen, we are here. We are the king of Bay of Bengal. Northeast is there. China, they are telling, you come and take Northeast and go. Then you can have it fully. Northeast consists of tribals. Nagas, Kukis, Metis, Mizos, the Zos. Very loving people. Go there. They will kill you, cook you and eat you. That is what. Indian army will at least kill you and bury you. That's it. The tribal people there, they won't even spare your bone. Getting the point here? So Bangladesh thinks has such wonderful dreams, etc. So India-Bangladesh relations now we need to improve. So a parliamentary panel basically told, say, historically we have a lot of good relationship. We have a shared culture. Let us not treat Bangladesh like Pakistan. True, we shouldn't treat Bangladesh like Pakistan. That is what the parliamentary panel, an expert group led by Congress MP Shashi Tharoor. Congress always, since historically, they always want, let us discuss, let us deliberate. That is their history. Can't blame them. All right. They are telling that. Let us not treat Bangladesh like Pakistan. We also don't want to treat Bangladesh like Pakistan. But if Bangladesh decides that they will behave like Pakistan means, then what will we do? Then we will have to show them who is their big daddy in the region. And what is it? What are we doing? Yeah, we have a lot of common factor here. China factor is also increasing in Bangladesh, like China factor. Issues of illegal immigration is there. Apparently in West Bengal alone, we believe 1 crore people are there who have illegally entered the country. Getting the point here? And the recent trilateral meeting between foreign office officials of Bangladesh, Pakistan and China. Wonderful. Ada Bekari, Pura Bekari and then Amir. China, why is China holding Bangladesh and Pakistan? Now that some people will say, if that is the case, why is China using Bangladesh and Pakistan? Why? Why are they close? China is using them. For China, this is like medium-sized knife, medium-sized chaku. This is chota chaku. Why? They only want to give trouble to India. China doesn't want India to focus on research and development, innovation, education, health. China wants India to spend their energy only on military. That is the only reason. For that, they are using these two, which these two buggers thankfully won't understand. Why? Minimum brains you need for that. Because you have two comedians here which are competing. ये तैयार करने के लिए कि who will defeat Kapil Sharma with the maximum jokes. Moving on. So what has India done? India imposed restrictions on jute and allied fiber product imports from Bangladesh effective June 27, 2025 with only Nhava Sheva seaport exempted. Only from Nhava Sheva you can what? Import jute from Bangladesh. Nowhere else. Where is Nhava Sheva? Mumbai. Where is Bangladesh? Bangladesh is here. Nhava Sheva is here. Ringa. Roses you have to come around India. Then you have to sell it here. Cost will go up like anything. Nobody will buy jute from Bangladesh. What will happen to Indian jute demand? Goes up. What happens to Bangladesh jute market? Crashes down. For Bangladesh, the big country who is its neighbor, it's India. India can ignore Bangladesh completely. Cheaper, we can do that. Bangladesh cannot do that. If Bangladesh does that, Bangladesh's economy will plummet down. Clear? India also has other issues there. The Durga temple demolition which took place, the persecution of the Hindu minorities who are there, then deportation of alleged migrants. Then till that much it is there. So the bottom line what I want to tell you people here is China wants to use Pak and Bangladesh against our dear country India. Correct? Now this is what, and if you look at the chronology समझ लीजिए आप. 2016 Army went and attacked. Surgical strike. 2019 Air Force went and gave them a nice jhatka. 2022 sorry, accidental test firing. I will never repeat it. BrahMos. 2025 you have Operation Sindoor. All the three forces went and gave them Diwali very early. Pakistan celebrated Diwali very early this year. Clear? Eventually, Pakistan will break into 4 parts. POK for India. One small part for Taliban. Afghanistan. Another part, Balochistan. Finally, whatever little part is there, Shahbaz Sharif, Munir, and my very own favorite, Bilawal Bhutto, can stay together. Then we will hear Bilawal Bhutto's speech. कौन करते हैं हमला रात के अंधेरे में? From there he will say, कौन टुकड़े टुकड़े करेंगे एक मुल्क का 4 parts रात के अंधेरे में? Again, your daddy in the region. Clear, people? How has India responded to the Israel-Iran conflict and West Asian diplomacy? We neither supported Israel, also we neither supported Iran. We tried to keep it as neutral as possible. Getting the point here? We tried to keep it as neutral as possible. For example, India called for what? As usual, restraint and de-escalation. Prime Minister expressed, that is our Prime Minister, that humanitarian losses and reiterated that this cannot be an era of war. The Indian government has been quick to provide humanitarian aid when requested. India voted in favor of a permanent ceasefire in Gaza at the UN General Assembly. Alright, why? A ceasefire, India said. Same reason, crude oil prices going up is actually a nightmare for India. $1 increase means if $1 crude oil prices internationally increases by $1, we will end up paying $1.5 billion more in imports. Not at all a good news. So we want to keep the crude oil prices as low as possible, means this shouldn't happen. That is why we are going on telling, stop the firing. Then, however, it later abstained from a UN General Assembly vote for immediate ceasefire in Gaza and refused to join the Shanghai Cooperation Organization's condemnation of Israel's attack on Iran, signaling a delicate balancing act to maintain ties with both Israel and Iran. That is, although India initially voted for a ceasefire, later we didn't do it. We didn't even condemn the attack against Israel, because compared to Iran, we need Israel. Getting the point here, Israeli military hardware, Israeli drone, Israeli spice missiles, best in the world. Technology wise, you cannot beat them. When Israel is providing me all of that, which I can use it on my Kujli neighbor, Pakistan, why will I irritate Israel? But Iran obviously was not happy. This decision was viewed by Tehran as silent complicity and has caused disappointment in Iran. As part of Operation Sindhu, launched on June 18, India swiftly evacuated 4,415 citizens. 3,597 from Iran and 818 from Israel. Mostly medical students from conflict zones, using 19 special evacuation flights, including Indian Air Force C-17 aircraft. C-17 is a massive aircraft, very large. 4 engines, generally used to transport jeep, missile, guns, ammunitions, etc. In that large aircraft, we took all these people and brought them back. Clear? What is the major reason for what? Coming there, Rajesh, coming. We are coming to that. This included OCI cardholders, Nepali, Sri Lankan nationals, and an Iranian spouse. Wherever we go, whichever country we go, we will immediately marry the females there. Can't help it. Clear? The operation highlighted India's capability to safeguard its diaspora amid global crisis, with support from Iran, Israel, Jordan, Egypt, Armenia, and Turkmenistan in opening airspace and borders. If these countries were all angry with us, they could have closed these borders, because Operation Sindoor, we attacked Pakistan. Getting the point here. Understand one thing, nobody is a leader today in global politics. Every country is basically taking a stand based on case-by-case basis. An exception to this rule is India-Russia relationship. Janam, janam, janam. That is what it is. Getting the point there. But every other relationship, there are ups and downs, not between India and Russia. So to say that India should now think about revising its strategy, why? India's policy is India first. We are neither aligned to the West. We are not very close to that. China, Russia, no one. If it is beneficial for India, we will do it. It is not, we won't do it. Why should we do? International politics is not about idealism. That is, you'd follow one policy, one this thing. No. You will always do what is beneficial. Clear? India has strategic interests in West Asia, including close defense cooperation with Israel. India is among Israel's most trusted defense partners, importing 4 to 5 billion worth of military equipment and co-producing drones. Getting the point here? Indian manufactured Hermes drones were reportedly deployed by Israel in Gaza. Now look at that relationship. India is using Israeli drone. Israel is using Indian manufactured Hermes drone. Clear? Some people don't have the sense, Pradeep. Please understand. You cannot expect everybody to be as intelligent as you. Getting the point here? Understand there are absolute dumb people in this world. Clear? And Israeli made drones were used by India in retaliation after the Pahalgam attack. Energy and trade ties with Iran. Iran is vital for India's connectivity strategy in Central Asia through the Chabahar port. In other words, this is the other thing that I wanted to tell you. Learn to draw maps at the drop of a hat. Getting the point here? Now, for the love of God, please understand, when you draw a map, use only one single pen there. Don't use multiple inks. Especially to the girls, I'm telling this. This is not your school project where you will use green, different colors. One ink only, whatever pen you are writing. Clear? So this is our Khujli neighbor, and you have Iran right here. This is the Chabahar port. The idea here is why we need Iran. Forget the crude oil now. Crude oil, though, we have plenty of sources these days. The reason why we need this is because through Iran, we can basically enter where Afghanistan, number one, and also like that move into Central Asian countries, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, etc., etc. Getting the point here? That is the only purpose with Iran that we have. But if we somehow manage to bypass Iran and have it there, it is still okay. Now many people ask, sir, why is USA still supporting Pakistan? In the worst case, USA wants to send its troops to destroy Iran or change the government there. Because USA, that is one habit, right? Every 20 years, they should go to a foreign country, get nice beatings. They don't like getting domestic beatings. They want to get their dash kicked, means they go abroad. Flight pakad kar, mark haakar, wapas aayega. Getting the point here? That is how they are. So in the event they want to enter into Iran, maybe change the government there, Pakistan is their easiest entry. Easiest entry point. That is why they are still keeping Pakistan in good books. Another thing. But at the same time, will Trump do it? That is the next question. Trump wants to do it, but he cannot do it. Why? Because he won the election on one ground, MAGA. Let us make America great again. Making America great again, one of his first promise was that US boots will not enter into foreign soil. US boots will not enter foreign soil. Even if he wants to send it there tomorrow, he won't get domestic approval. That he is worried about. So it is a very delicate balance for him. So will you say US is not having the support of any country? Can you come to that conclusion? USA must change its stance. Every country will conduct policies based on their domestic and international interests. Every country. And today every country is a leader. There is no more like a unipolar, multipolar. It is a multipolar world. Every country is important there. Exactly. Very good order. I was expecting it. Again, another reason is there. His Nobel Prize. Getting the point here? That is the reason. That is a different story altogether. Trump warning to BRICS. What is the warning there? If BRICS brings a separate currency. That is the warning. Okay. BRICS brings a separate currency. If BRICS brings a separate currency, alright, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. They are all bringing a separate currency now. What will happen to demand for dollar? Will it increase or will it decrease? If BRICS brings a separate currency, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, these 5 countries are going to use a new currency. A new currency. Let us say this is the symbol. Go. Getting the point? Now, what will happen to demand for dollar? Will it increase or decrease? It will decrease. Correct? Demand of this dollar goes down. What will happen to value of dollar? Value of dollar. Why? Who asked why there? That will also decrease. Dollar's value will decrease. Now, when dollar value decreases, people don't have any value for it. All right. What will happen to American economy? Will it crash or will it rise? No value. Internationally, no value. Now, nobody wants dollar because let me tell you, if BRICS makes a separate currency, other groups can make their own currency again. Every other group can come together. Maybe tomorrow, ASEAN nations will come together and they will make their own currency. Every country will come together and they will make their own currency. ASEAN nations. Myanmar onwards. Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, Brunei, Malaysia, Singapore. All of them comes together. They make their own currency. Economy will go crashing. That is why Trump is scared. Trump is not actually worried about dollar will crash or not. Trump is worried that this shouldn't happen when he is the president. He has Nobel Prize dreams, people. Understand. Respect an old man. What you people are, man. Respect an old man's Nobel Prize dreams. Getting the point here? This is the only reason. That is why BRICS also took a back step. Told that no. As of now, we won't make it. Because if American economy crashes, it will affect every other economy. Why? Why? What is the reason? America is the largest buyer in the world. So, if America stops buying, that means what will happen? Other countries' exports will be affected easily. So, every country's economy will go for a toss. Iran won't put any restriction on India. Getting the point here? Exactly. Clear? Prime Minister Modi's diplomatic efforts have significantly improved ties with Arab nations. That is what we are doing. Palestine you forget, Israel, Iran also you forget. India's relationship with UAE, Bahrain, Saudi, Kuwait, all these are good. Then from what angle did that gentleman say that we are not having support? Did any one of these countries say they will stop giving oil to India? Did any one of these countries say we won't have any relationship with India? Absolutely not. As the 4th largest global economy, also ranking 4th globally in income equality with a Gini index of 25.5, India prioritizes economic ties in diplomatic calculations. Unnecessary intervention. Quote this in your answers. Unnecessary intervention in conflicts not directly affecting India is considered against national interest and irresponsible. We won't get 1 rupee's advantage. Then why should India interfere? Why should India interfere? Stay out of it. Simple. Getting the point here. Maintaining an independent stance allows India to engage with all sides and assert its interests deliberately, reflecting its quiet confidence, conviction, and clarity. That is what it is. We are quietly observing, confidently waiting, and we are taking our move. We are not jumping into anything. We assess it from all angles and only then we do it. Getting the point here. Western media, that is European media, American media, tried their level best to belittle S. Jaishankar. And he showed them their place. When European media was asking, why are you importing Russian oil? He basically told them, what Europe imports in one afternoon, what Russian gas you people are importing in one afternoon, that is our total budget for a month. That even that much oil we are not importing in a month. So Europe's double standards we cannot follow. Simple. End of the story. We took our stance there. Getting the point here? We were against the war. We were totally against the war. But just because USA put sanctions on Russia, we did not immediately say, okay, and went and sided with USA. This is the new India. We will hit where it hurts. We will take stance what is important for us, what is advantageous for us, period. And when people said, no, he's a former NSA agent, well, I can also say, right, S. Jaishankar sir, he's a former ISF officer, and S. Jaishankar sir is having the highest respect in front of the opposition MP, Shashi Tharoor, who has worked in UN. So Shashi Tharoor has praised him. S. Jaishankar is a former IFS officer. So you are basically telling me these two people don't know what they are doing. They don't know their job. India-US trade relations and WTO tariff. India has formally notified the World Trade Organization of its proposal to levy retaliatory tariff amounting to nearly 724 million on the United States. Retaliatory tariff. Retaliatory means what? USA is telling, I will put tax on you. India is telling, oh, then I will also put tax on you. Tit for tat. That is retaliation. Getting the point here? This move comes in response to the US imposing a 25% ad valorem tariff increase on imports of passenger vehicles. 1 minute, people. Light trucks and certain automobile parts originating in India effective March 26, 2025. What is ad valorem? Ad valorem simply means it's like it's like based on the value. Passenger vehicles coming from India will carry a 25% additional duty. Can't blame USA entirely. Getting the point? Sol editsu. Let me tell you one thing here. Press Information Bureau, whatever news is published in Press Information Bureau, it gets published in the newspaper. Get it straight very clearly. Whatever comes in PIB gets published in the newspaper either as a small news in the states page or after the editorials, etc., or it comes in the front page. Simple. You don't have to read Press Information Bureau, then All India Radio, then read Yojana, then read Kurukshetra, then read New Indian Express. Trust me, you will reach moksha in no time. Getting the point here? You will go mad. I can book a ward for you here inside Nimhans. That's what will happen. You will go totally mad. One newspaper, enough. Press Information Bureau, it is just, you can use it as a reference when you are having a confusion over the provisions of a scheme. What are the breakup? You want to know the authentic source of a scheme. Which a scheme is there? What are its provisions? Under which ministry? That you will Google. How you will Google? This is your Google search engine. Anything you want to search, what you will do? Let us say now, the Employee Linked Incentive Scheme, ELIS, recently introduced. I only want the authentic information. I'll put PIB next to it. Click all. First itself this will come. Press Information Bureau's link will come. I will click it. I want a general idea about something. Let us say Iran, Israel. But the problem is if I click all for it in Google, I will even get some academies material there. Why I want that? I want authentic information only. So what will I do? The Hindu. I'll just simply type it here. Or if not that, I want other news also. There is all images and then you have news. Click on news. What will happen? It will give all the links there. Stick to that. All the links it will give to the newspaper articles where Iran and Israel has come. You will read only that. If you want an exclusive content on it. But content when you try to choose also, again you should see one thing. Has it appeared in the PYQ? Let me tell you one thing. Iran, Israel, Palestine, that whole conflict if you see, generally it will not come. That conflict won't come. Question will come, how a crisis in Middle East or Central Asia, Middle East or wherever, Middle East Asia or in Red Sea, how will that impact India? So your concern should be whenever there is an issue, be it Israel, Iran, Israel, Palestine, how will it impact India? First impact is what? Crude oil it will impact. It will definitely impact the people there. Clear? It will put India in a tough spot, whether to support Israel because Israel provides us weapons, or whether to support Iran. We need Iran to enter into Central Asia, or whether to support Palestine because Palestine ultimately Muslims. Historically, we cannot ignore them because there are all said and done. Innocents are dying on both the sides. Innocent people are getting killed. That you will write. So keep your PYQ as a reference point to decide which content to prepare on. Simply don't try to get knowledge. Knowledge for the sake of knowledge will only make you a content creator. You will never clear UPSC or any exam. Get the point very, very clear. What is needed for the exam, only that you will do. Clear, people? These US measures began applying to auto parts from May 3rd, 2025. Now, you cannot blame USA for actually doing this. Why? How many of you like the bike here? My boys, please tell me. Do you love the bike Harley Davidson? Harley Davidson. Correct? Very good, Adarsh. Coming to that. Correct? Anu likes it. I guess Abhi Shiva likes it. So almost everybody likes it. Like, what is the problem? Why are we not able to buy it? Even though maybe the market actual price of a Harley Davidson starting price is only 4 lakhs. Okay. We actually put 100% import duty on it. 100% import duty. Why? Because let us say starting prices, okay, 4 lakh, 6, I think it was 6 lakh 2-3 years ago. Now it will come to 8 lakhs maybe, adjusting for inflation. One bike's price is, let us say, after tax, road tax, GST, every nonsense, maybe it will come to 10 lakhs. Today I am talking. If you are importing it. Alright. 10 lakhs you have to pay. Why? In this 10 lakhs, actual price of the bike will be 5. What is the other 5? That is 100% import duty. Let us say this 100% import duty is not there. For 5 lakhs, if Harley Davidson is available, we will all buy it. That means what? Tata to Bajaj, Tata to Hero, Tata to Honda, Tata to every bike out there. When you have a Harley Davidson, why will you buy a Honda? Why will you buy a Hero? Why will you buy a Bullet? Because this is of a top-notch quality. Just start it and just you can glide on the road. Okay, the problem is we don't have proper road here. This is the reason. So we have kept 100% import duty on Harley Davidson to protect our domestic bikes. What did our Trump Chacha do? Trump Chacha put 25% tax on our passenger vehicles. Got the point? India asserts that these US tariffs are not in accordance with the General Agreement on Tariff and Trade 94 and the Agreement on Safeguards. As consultations under Article 12.3 of the AOS, Agreement on Safeguards, which requires a country planning safeguard measures to consult affected members in advance, have not taken place, India has reserved the right to suspend concessions or other obligations under Article 8 of the AOS, which allows affected members to suspend concessions or other obligations substantially equivalent to the adverse effects of the measures on the trade. I know. What is this? Simple. Actually, according to this article 2.3, if I am going to put any safeguard measure means I want to protect my economy. I want to protect my country. Get lost. If I want, I am going to do it by putting tax on imports, whichever goods are coming into my country. If I am planning to put tax on it, I should inform in advance. All the members, I should tell them. That means USA should have informed India first that listen, I am going to put a tax on your passenger vehicle. 25% I will put. US never did that. Therefore, what did India do? India said, fine. Under Article 12.3, if you didn't follow the rule, no issues. I will follow the rule under Article 8, which is what? I am going to suspend all concessions to you. I also won't give you any concession henceforth. Getting the point here? The US safeguard measures are estimated to affect annual imports worth 2,895 million from India, resulting in duty collections of 723.75 million, which India seeks to match with its retaliatory tariff. This is what USA will collect in tax. India plans to collect around the same amount from USA also through US imports. This development occurs while India and the US are in advanced stages of finalizing an initial mini trade deal. This is the best part here. That means USA put tax on India. India put tax on USA. We feel that now these two are going to fight. Where? They both are busy discussing one mini trade deal. On one side, both have put taxes on each other to collect this amount. 723.75 million. USA will collect it from India. India will collect it from USA on one side. On another side, what is happening? They are signing a trade deal. This is the new world order. One side you will fight. Another side you will shake hands. This is what it is. So it is not that India can side with one country or that country. Getting the point here? Now China's trilateral diplomacy. Like I told you, China, Pakistan, Bangladesh trilateral meeting took place in the Chinese city of Kunming. Why? Basically because India is a major player in three groupings: SAARC, BIMSTEC and Indian Ocean Regional Association. These three. India is the major player there. SAARC has literally become a defunct organization. No more. Because of what? India's Pakistan issue. Same thing applies for BIMSTEC and IORA. Bangladesh relation has got strained. These three organizations have lost its importance. So right now what China is planning to do is a trilateral grouping. Without including India, they will make a trilateral grouping, later add other countries to it. This is the idea now. Alright. However, Bangladesh, now some sense is coming. Bangladesh did not agree to a proposal to form a joint working group for implementing the understandings, indicating a desire to maintain non-alignment, especially with an interim government in place until early 2026 election. Bangladesh did not wholeheartedly take part in everything there, because all said and done, they know it. Don't do too much of khichdi with India. India is not going to take it. Getting the point here? China, Pakistan, Afghanistan trilateral. This meeting aimed to extend China-Pakistan economic corridor to Afghanistan, enhancing economic connectivity and regional collaboration. Let me tell you one point here. Pakistan, where they are building this economic corridor, it is ideally meant for what? That region will develop, there will be economic prosperity, people will have nice employment, blah, 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 blah. Actually, what is happening there is, it is exploitation that is happening. To the extent where Chinese engineers and workers there, they are forcing the Pakistani women in that region into prostitution. One thing which has huge demand inside Pakistan is dollar. And one thing which is available readily everywhere inside Pakistan is poverty. Pet ke vaste, out of hunger, women are forced to sleep with what? These Chinese players. And now what is the $1 million idea? They will take this China-Pakistan economic core to Afghanistan. Afghanistan. British fought 4 Afghan war. Didn't win even a single one. USA spent $20 trillion in Afghanistan, couldn't win it. And now China wants to take their corridor there. All the best. All the best. That is all that I can say. With whom? Taliban, they want to make a deal. Taliban, who is already having a nice relationship with India. The same Taliban who actually in their very first meeting after US forces left, in the very first meeting, they were all sitting together to discuss something. Okay. They don't know discussion, right? They only know to fire. Something, one or two things started happening and they were like, they started shooting at each other. One fellow died. One fellow got hospitalized. This is what happened. That is Taliban for you. China, please go ahead. Getting the point here? China viewed a stable Afghanistan as key to protecting its western frontier and securing economic routes to Central Asia while offering the Taliban-led government much needed recognition. These trilaterals led by China come at a time of Pakistan's perceived diminishing relevance to the region, India's increasing relations with Afghanistan, and New Delhi's deteriorating ties with Bangladesh. True. Class 11, Narendra Chauhan, please enjoy your school days. Class 11 and class 12. Please enjoy. Alright. And go for college, enjoy there also. Third year or something, think about it. Clear? China's long-term objective is to reduce both. 1 minute, people. Just give me a minute here. By creating a web of connectivity, economic dependencies, and military partnership, China is the largest supplier of military equipment to both Pakistan and Bangladesh. China stated that its boundary dispute with India is complicated and requires time for resolution. Very nice. This is the best, happiest news what we can hear ever. What is that? China is the largest supplier of military equipment to both Pakistan and Bangladesh. Wonderful. That means half of the equipments won't work. Then if it works, in the case of Pakistan, most of the missiles will fall on Shahbaz Sharif's head only. Other will fall on Yunus Khan's head, whatever. Another set will come to Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. You know, whenever Pakistan fires or test fires a Chinese missile, the fishes in Arabian Sea will start praying. Blue, 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 blue. Why? Because they know it is going to land on their family's head. So we have nothing to worry now. China is supplying it. Excellent. Fantastic. Clear? So China stated its boundary dispute with India is complicated and requires time for resolution. China will never solve it. China will never solve it. Getting the point here. China doesn't want to solve it because China's purpose is to keep India on tenterhooks. India should always take care of what? Here. These regions, we will have to deploy forces, our military there. Then we have our Khujli neighbor here. This is your LOC. So around LOC also we'll have to deploy troops in this entire western border. And to add insult to injury, now we are having another Khujli in the form of what? Bangladesh. There also we will have to deploy. So everywhere we will have to what? Constantly keep our military engaged. This is what China wants. Got the point here? Now, okay. So special representative mechanism is there to solve the border not to solve, but to discuss. And the agreement on the political parameters and guiding principles for the settlement of China-India boundary question. Don't expect any change to happen. Getting the point here? It will always be there. Clear? 23rd round of SR talks occurred in December 2024 between India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi. Nothing happened other than confirming disengagement. The Qingdao meeting of SCO defense ministers on June 26, 2025 concluded without a joint communique as India declined to endorse the joint statement. Understand, it requires guts for that. It shows India walks alone. Like the Royal Bengal tiger. Generally, people will say lion is stronger, tiger is stronger. Tiger is solo. Tiger will not go for a hunt with his family and all. Tiger goes alone. Lion generally walks in a pride with the family. Lion is a family man. Tiger is your tiger is your lone warrior walking alone. And that is what India is doing. India has come a far way from the slow, mighty Indian elephant, and now we are moving towards what? We are transforming towards a tiger. That means a tiger, they generally say, if you found a tiger inside a forest, if you saw a tiger, it is only because the tiger saw you more than 5 or 6 times. Understand that very, very clearly. So don't think that India doesn't know what is happening around. Don't even think that this is a government that is sitting and caught napping. We are alert to everything that is there around us, and we don't hesitate to walk alone. Getting the point here? This should have been a main news in the front page, praising the government. Instead, one small box, India did not sign it. India did not sign. India reiterated its zero tolerance policy, stating that those who sponsor terrorism must face consequences and there should be no double standards. The draft resolution reportedly considered including disturbances in Balochistan at Pakistan's request while omitting India's request. Look at the audacity. Disturbances in Balochistan, they wanted to highlight it as an internal security issue of Pakistan. Pakistan said, put it. But they didn't want what? Pahalgam to be mentioned. Getting the point here? USA does not require Pak to counter India. That is, USA also knows. USA couldn't handle Afghanistan. You think Pakistan can handle India? No way. USA needs Pakistan only because just in case they want to land in Iran. That is the only necessity. Or in case they want to go to Afghanistan again in future. Again they need Pakistan there. That's the only reason. Other than that, nothing else is there. Getting the point here? Other than that, nothing is there. And yes, on an any day, would they want to see India as a superpower in that region? Not so much. USA needs India more for the reason that to counter China, because India is the only person standing there. India is the tiger that is standing against the Chinese dragon. The mighty dragon, the only threat to the dragon there is the Indian tiger. Got the point here? SCO's founding charter focuses on curbing terrorism. India dissociated itself from an SCO statement criticizing Israel's June 13 attack. Look at it. India again dissociated from SCO statement that criticized Israel's attack on Iran. India opted not to host an in-person SCO summit in 2023 during its chairmanship, highlighting concerns about China's influence within the organization. Beauty, man, beauty. We are not at all bending down. Even China is trying to push their agenda. We are opposing it blatantly. Getting the point here? Sir is Tamil Nadu state. I am from the state of Kerala. Anybody here? Any Malayalis in the house? Natil evdeya? But I have a lot of Tamil friends. For that reason, Tamil nalla theriyum pesradhukku. Settled in Bangalore, adukoskara kannadanu barutte. Hegidara kannada makkale? Arama? Yen samachara? Don't worry, my North Indian friends, I am only asking, kaise ho, kya haal hai? Ghar mein sab aaram hai? Vidyadharan, how are you? Asim Munir described terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir as a legitimate and lawful struggle for freedom, recognized by international law, advocating a resolution in accordance with UN resolution. Him and his jokes. We will leave him. China-Pakistan military nexus and Operation Sindoor. The bottom line of this article, I will tell you, basically this gentleman here, the Deputy Chief of Army Staff, what he's telling is, that is Lieutenant General Rahul R. Singh, what he's telling is, they were using Pakistan as a laboratory to test their Chinese weapons. Good that they tested. We got to know we don't have to worry about Chinese technology anymore. China is building that. China is building hypersonic vehicle. China is building this vehicle, that vehicle. We don't have to worry about it. Getting the point here. This is what it is. Taking the point further. India faced 3 adversaries during Operation Sindoor. Pakistan as the front face, with China and Turkey providing vital support. Turkey supported Pakistan only for one reason, Islam. Islam is the common religion. That religion was the only reason. China supports Pakistan. Why? Because they want to take down India. China's involvement went beyond intelligence sharing, Chinese military hardware. Pakistan was receiving live inputs. Getting the point here. Pakistan was receiving live inputs from China. China's objective, again, to use in Pakistan as a live lab. Statistics show 81% of Pakistan's military hardware in the last 5 years has been from China. Please understand, it is not that Pakistan has the money for it. Most of it is on loan. Big time loan. Getting the point here. Chinese origin systems like J-10C fighters and HQ-9 air defense systems were visibly employed by Pakistan, but none of them worked properly. Getting the point here. How long the session will be held? I think it will go long for some more time. Then China's Beidou satellite navigation system, that also played. Beidou is something like our GPS system, similar to American GPS system. Turkey also played an important role. How? Through drones. Bayraktar and other numerous drones like Baykar IHA-3, Kamikaze drone and Assist Guard, Songar drones. Names of the drone. Kamikaze, it is actually what? It is actually suicide. That is what it means. Destroy by suicide. Okay, that is what the purpose is. Kamikaze, actually the meaning is slightly different. That is, many years ago, I think it was the Mongolian invasion or something. When the Mongolian invasion was apparently happening in Japan, some tsunami or some storm came and it killed all these soldiers of the Mongol. So that is what kamikaze means. Kamikaze, gentle breeze or surprising breeze, something that is the meaning in Japan. So kamikaze as a proper word came into being during Second World War. So these Japanese soldiers, when they are flying their fighter aircraft, if any damage happens to it, what they will do is they will take it, crash land it into maybe an American vessel. They will die in the process. That is the purpose. So a kamikaze drone means it will crash land into a region and destroy it. I don't have any intention of bringing the drone back. Its purpose is to what? Crash and explode. Clear? Lessons learned from Operation Sindoor. We need a robust air defense, which we are doing. S-500 will get delivered in shortly. We need our own defense system. China will be offering apparently its 5th generation J-35 stealth fighters for Pakistan. Let us see how it happens. Yeah, God of Wind. Then Prime Minister Modi's 5-nation tour. See, this 5-nation tour, I will tell you why we are doing this. Purpose is now we are now engaging with more new countries. After Operation Sindoor, we understood there are certain countries, that is most of the European countries, American countries or Middle Eastern countries, because of their domestic policies, they cannot directly support India. Indirectly, they will support. None of them will open their mouth against India. Indirectly, they will give all the support that is necessary. So India has also decided what? Fine, we will just expand our partners now. So where and all we have decided to go? 5-nation tour. Ghana, Trinidad and Tobago, Argentina, Brazil and Namibia. Getting the point here? This you will follow. Again, what are the focus areas, etc. Any which way I have given it to you. Nothing hardcore. Alright. These are all just initiatives to improve trade relationships. You can just read it. Including the fact that we'll be sitting in BRICS. There is no analysis here. Alright. This you can read. Now moving on to the next set of news. I know that was pretty much, vast. But that is how trade international relations are. So getting the point here, final sum up. China, indulging with Bangladesh and Pakistan. Adha pagal, pura pagal. Alright, China is thinking that with that they'll be able to defeat India. Pakistan will get chopped into 4 pieces. When we don't know, maybe by before 2029 election, great, or 2034 election, or 2039 election. If that happens, most wonderful news it will be that would have ever come out in the Indian subcontinent. Number 1, Bangladesh, only a matter of time before that country also plunges into darkness. Why? Bangladesh is planning to remove the word secular from their constitution. I'll come to that. Secular from their constitution and declare Islam as a state religion. Pakistan, when they became independent, their economy was doing actually better than India at the time of after independence. But later from 1970s onwards, especially after the Bangladesh Liberation War, Pakistan, after their failure in the war, they decided to go for complete Islamization. What happened because of this Islamization was that Pakistan failed to develop their health sector, education sector. Getting the point here, Bangladesh is also going to go that way. And if you see, there is a pattern here. Look at Palestine. Again, Islamic. So again, we can say Israel is attacking that attack. Fine. What has Hamas done so far? How many schools did they construct? How many hospitals have they constructed? No. People who go into this extreme radicalization of a religion, they will never do anything for health. They will never do anything for education. They will never do anything for women empowerment. Bottom line is that. And when a country does this, or when an organization does this, be it Hamas in Palestine, or be it Pakistani government, or be it Bangladeshi government, their days are numbered. They will doom. They will just fade into oblivion. That is the bottom line. India probably wouldn't have to worry so much because the country will get destroyed by itself. Got the picture here? Cooperative policy means states must announce a cooperative policy by January 31. Says Amit Shah. Every state should announce its cooperative policy before January 31, 2026. That is to strengthen the cooperative society movement in the country. This is basically to encourage the farmers, basically to encourage every sector, basically, not just agriculture, every sector, form cooperative societies. And what do you mean by cooperative society? Members of a cooperative society are its owners. 10 people forming a cooperative society, they will become the owner. That is what it is. Channa Gidevi sir. Very nice to hear that. You can be good CM or PM. Already my wife is about to murder me. Now if I become CM or PM, then that's it. Before that only she will kill me. Now somebody had asked me, language trouble. Maharashtra scraps new 3-language policy. They scrapped the 3-language policy. I briefly told it to you last week also. Language of unity. Uniformity should not be confused with national unity in language policy. See, we must understand here, we cannot have a national language. Number 1. We can only have what? Official languages. First thing to understand. Second thing, be it in Karnataka, be it in Maharashtra. What is this whole thing? Speak only Marathi, speak only Kannada. So here again, if you see, as today morning, an ex-Marcos Marine Commando, he made a statement. Maharashtra, let us take now. Why are they not questioning Amitabh Bachchan to speak in Marathi? Or why are they not questioning Mr. Amir Khan to speak in Marathi? Or why are they not asking the entire Bollywood Hindi film industry to only make Marathi movies? Why? Why are they targeting the poor people who are coming from UP, Bihar, etc.? And where were all of these so-called warriors of MNS, Maharashtra Navanirman Sena, whatever? Where were all of these warriors during 26/11? The commandos from UP and Bihar had to come to Mumbai to save Mumbai. Words of the Marine Commando. Getting the point here? Words of the Marine Commando. Not my words. So don't come to me now. He said this. And he is absolutely right. Now I am staying inside Karnataka. It has been more than close to 9 years now. So I picked up the language. Kannada. What is the big deal? One language, just learn it. You are in the local area. It is better to communicate with the auto drivers, with the cab drivers here. Now I know some of you out there will be thinking, but we see all these videos, etc., etc. I will be very honest here. From my journey here in South India, be it in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana, Karnataka, etc., Kannadiga people have very low expectations in life. I feel they are relatively more happier people when you compare with other southern states. Kerala, forget it. My state expectation is in other level. Whatever you do, your parents or society will never get satisfied. That is another thing. Kannadigas have low expectations. So how was I able to pick it up is little bit Kannada. If you speak with any auto driver or any cab driver, they will say, sir, super agide sir. Dim Kannada super sir. Parvagila sir. Ishtu matadite alva sir. Saku sir. Saku sir. This is how they say. English version. Sir, you are speaking this much Kannada. More than enough, sir. So good, sir. So nice, sir. This is enough, sir. Happy aitu, sir. This is what they say. All you have to say is Swalpa Barate. Swalpa Barate. Swalpa means little. Barate, little I can speak. That much if you tell, Kannadigas will go flat. First time I thought they are acting. Then I understood they are happy with that. Little if you speak, they are happy. And speak with people with respect. That's it. Especially people who are a little below you socially, economically, they are a little backward, give them a little respect. So when I get into an auto or into a cab, I always address them as sir. Ashte. Enough. Problem is solved. You won't have this Kannada issue. Having said that, now somebody coming from a total rural background of Karnataka, very remote. Karnataka again is one state where the education parameters are very, not up to the mark. Compared to the 5 southern states, if you see, Karnataka's education barometers are backward. They are poor, they are very behind. So in rural area and all, they won't know any other language other than Kannada. Let us say now somebody approaches an office, SBI. How are they going to talk? When the person who is sitting in SBI, be it the manager, be it the probationary officer, they only know English or Hindi. Can't blame them also. But what will you do? Bank is inside Bangalore or rural Karnataka. It is a poor farmer. Do you expect the poor farmer to go and sit and learn Hindi and English? When the educational facilities or infrastructure available inside Karnataka is not good enough? No. But what is other way possible? Employees can try to speak maybe a little bit of Kannada. Little bit at least. This is just a humanitarian concern. Somebody has come to you. It is a poor farmer. He's come there basically for looking for money or whatever. You have to try at least to talk and address their concern. Nobody will come to a bank to put a gun to your head. It's just basic humanitarian consideration. And again I quote our hero here, the Marcos Commando. Put a smile, people. Just smile and talk. That's it. 90% of the trouble will get over. Getting the point here? Just talk. Just talk with a smile. And try with whatever broken Kannada or whatever you know, at least put the effort to communicate with somebody from a poor rural background. This escalation won't be there. And the other thing what they are telling, whoever comes to Bengaluru should learn Kannada, whatever, fine. Whoever comes to Bengaluru will speak in Kannada. Okay. Whoever comes to Mumbai will speak in Marathi. Agreed. Now tell me, if I am as an outsider, I can speak in Kannada now. Will my job opportunity increase inside Bengaluru or will it decrease? It is only going to increase. So as more and more outsiders speak Kannada in Bengaluru or Marathi in Mumbai, it is not going to improve the life of the locals there. Correct? If I am actually speaking the language here, it is going to improve my future. My job opportunities will increase. If you are really concerned about the locals, open schools. In Kannada medium schools you open. Kannada medium schools you open for Kannadiga. Kannada makkalge Kannada school. For Marathi people you open Marathi school. Top notch quality. Where English will be taught. Language will be taught. English also will be taught. Forget Hindi. Hindi you don't want, don't teach Hindi. But you can teach Marathi and English so that they can be employed in the corporate companies. No government will do that. Because if people get educated, if localites really get educated through schools, colleges, they'll start asking questions. And once they start asking questions, then vote bank will not work. That is why this is always made an issue. That is the only bottom line. I always learn any language wherever I go. I learned Hindi like that. I learned Tamil like that. I learned Kannada like that. Telugu, I was not there much in Hyderabad. I was only there for a couple of months. And Hyderabad, one more, I'm not telling it is a problem. Hyderabad is one place where Telugu and Hindi both are spoken very fluently. So it is most places where you go, the moment they see me being telling, Chapandi, Adu, they will be like, Hindi mein bol. They will immediately tell me. Then you speak in Hindi. So even when I went to Hyderabad, my Telugu didn't improve, my Hindi improved. Clear? Census. Quickly. Head of census states asked to lock changes in boundaries before December 31. That means what? What boundary? Where does the boundary of the state start? Where does it end? Decide it before December 31st. Get clarity. Because I want to know which parts will belong to your state, which parts will belong to the other state. That is the first point. Web portal apps to make census data available early. Why? Because this will be the first census where all data. Earlier what they used to do is one big book they will open. Tell your name, how many children. This is how they used to do it. Now the same thing they will do. Tell your name, how many children. Now they will put it everything digitally. Real time it will go up. So the census data will become available very early this time. And that after that we will see the next issues here. What nonsense question Bakri asked. Who is Bakri here? When was the last time you laughed? I don't know. Don't leave. Naxalism. In Telangana, Amit Shah asks Maoists to drop guns, join political mainstream. Just to tell you, in a few years, especially for those people who are giving their attempt in 27, 28 and all, by then this will no more be an internal threat. Maoism is seeing its last days now. It is almost going to get over. Clear? Old warrants, new arrest. This article, I just wanted to highlight one thing. So, 10 years ago, tribal communities in Odisha's Narayanapatna block launched a movement against liquor vendors, people who sell alcohol, outside their community, which led to a struggle to reclaim their lost land. Arrest warrants are now being effected against them. Prompted by a court order and executed by the police, people say that they are being punished for a mass uprising, while the police claim people associated with Chasi, Mulia, Adivasi, Sangha have Naxal links. Getting the point here, that is, many of these Adivasi Sanghas are there who are fighting for their rights against the state or maybe against liquor vendors. That time, whom will they see as their savior? Because police and administration will side with maybe the law or whatever. Adivasis will feel, why are these liquor vendors here? Why are they trying to sell alcohol and destroy our life? So Adivasis will feel hurt. Rescuer or saviorism, Naxal. These type of policies we should put an end to. Getting the point here? These type of policies we should put an end to, which will create a distance between Adivasi Sanghas and the government. You should try to reduce those conflicts. If not, what will happen is, you no matter how many ever Naxals you are going to kill or arrest, finally Adivasis will go and join Naxalism, or they will become Naxal. Just to highlight that only. You need not read the detailed part and all. That we will see later. New criminal laws. What is the 1 year it is since new criminal laws came. So let us quickly see. The Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita replacing the Indian Penal Code, the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita replacing the Code of Criminal Procedure, and the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam replacing the Indian Evidence Act. A smooth transition for police stations was crucial. So basically what we did was to implement these 3 new laws. Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, then Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, then the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam. Alright, these 3 laws. To implement this, what is the first thing we did? Crime and criminal tracking network system. That means all the police stations in the country are today connected. If you do a case, even one FIR, if it gets registered against you, it will get uploaded in the CCTNS. If one FIR is registered, some small marpeat or whatever, if one FIR gets registered, it gets into the system. Your Aadhaar details, your biometric details, everything can be taken. It simply means any cop sitting in any part of the country, let us say you committed a crime in UP. A cop sitting in Meghalaya, if it types your name, it will pop up. What is your FIR? Case FIR? What is the case? All details will be there. Getting the point here? So for the love of God, until and unless you get into any government exam, don't get into any trouble with the law. It is no more the old days. Once your name enters the system, a police verification, you won't get the clearance. It won't be easy for you to get a passport. Why? It won't be easy for you to get a job even in a private firm. Because everything is going online. Then you have zero FIR. Today only I taught this for my public administration students. Zero FIR simply means, let us say a crime occurred. Crime occurred in a place. Okay. This place the crime occurred. So I saw the crime. I went to a police station and I gave the case there. Olden days, how it used to be, if I go to the police station, the police will tell me, no, this is not the police station. You should go to a police station here. Because this area comes under their jurisdiction. From here, then I have to go there. And maybe they will tell me, no, go to that only. They are the ones. 1-2 times if I walk here and there, then I will not have any interest in uploading what? FIR. Getting the point here? Finally, what did government come with? Zero FIR. Means, now I went to this police station. They know this case comes under them. I mean, this jurisdiction comes under them. So they will only register a zero FIR. What is a zero FIR? Zero FIR means I will not put any number to my FIR. I'll take the complaint. I will add all the details, upload it in CCTNS, then send it to this police station. Once the police station receives the zero FIR, they will put a number to it. Today's date is 9. Case number 3A bar, what is it? 0725. 090725. They will put a number to it. Getting the point here? This is how zero FIR works. The background to do this is simple. When Nirbhaya's gang rape took place and when she was thrown onto the road along with her male companion, cops came there. For 5 to 10 minutes, they both, two jeeps came. Cops got out. For 5 to 10 minutes, they were having an argument. नहीं ये आपका केस है, ये आपका जुरिस्डिक्शन में आएगा, ये क्या कह रहे हो, ये वो आपका वहां का है ना, तो आपका जुरिस्डिक्शन हो गया. They were sitting and doing it. तू मैं तू ले ले केस तू ले ले, like that. You take the case, like that it was. The people, the shopkeepers nearby, they told the girl is bleeding, at least take her to the hospital, stop fighting. Then better sense prevailed. They took the girl, went to the hospital. Getting the point here. Back then only this was a main issue. That the cops are always resisting from filing an FIR. Got the point? So, henceforth, this app, okay, 1 minute before that. A key development in policing is the implementation of the, remember these names, people, that is the only reason of taking it. eSakshya, a mobile application developed by the National Informatics Center in consultation with MHA. Then, this app enables real-time collection and preservation of audio-video electronic device. The NIC is also the nodal agency for ICJS. That is, what is ICJS? Let us see that. Interoperable Criminal Justice System. What else is there? It will connect the police with forensic science laboratories, prosecution, jail and court. All are connected. How? Via internet. Everybody is connected. So it is easy now to make all the communications. You are saving on time. Got the point here? The BNSS mandates IOs. IOs means investigative officers to record certain processes using audio, video, electronic means, while for others it's optional. eSakshya supports 6 specific provisions. Recording of search and seizure. That means if you are going and searching anywhere, whatever you are searching, you are seizing, all of that should be recorded. What if online FIR is not correct? It has to be correct. You are not supposed to make change to an FIR. Before entering it, clicking it and all, they will tell you, check this again. It will prompt you. Are you sure of the content, etc.? Then only you can click it approve. And once FIR gets put up, no change. Search by a police officer, videography of the crime scene, recording of statements, order of custody and disposal of property pending trial. Order of custody. That means first which officer took custody of the murder weapon. Who took it? From there where it went. Then from there who took it to the forensic laboratory. Who took it from the forensic laboratory, who brought it back to the police station. All of that will be recorded electronically. Clear? Selfie feature is there. Then witness's statement will be recorded once and for all. Clear? Requested. Recorded. Witness's statements will be recorded. After which, once it is recorded, witness cannot say, no, I deny it. No. Whoever has taken that recording, they will have to take a selfie. That also will go. Then, forensic laboratory expert should mandatorily visit the crime scene. Police dogs will continue. Usage. Normal point. So one issue now what we are having is investigative officers often copy data through CCTNS and submit it on pen drive. That is, you are copying the data into a pen drive, then you are taking it to court or whatever work, which is duplication. Whatever data, once it is uploaded, you should be able to access it wherever it is. Clear? IOs frequently use, that is IOs means what is it? Investigative officers. Their personal mobile phones for eSakshya, which requires Android version 10 and a minimum of 1 GB storage. Many police stations have only one tablet, which is insufficient for multiple investigative officers. There is no provision to delete poorly recorded media. Then, okay. Okay, the last point. Small thefts are not registered as cognizable offences under an ambiguous proviso to section 303 of the BNS. Conversely, petty organized offences are registered under the vague definition in section 112 of the BNS. That means lack of clarity in the laws. Amendments are required. That overall article is just a review of it, a review of the 3 new laws. Please go through it. You may get a question. You're giving an attempt in 26 and 27, forget it, because by then many changes would have happened. IT Bill 2025. This is the bill that is going to be brought in by the government of India, where government authorities of India can monitor your social media account. Getting the point here? This is the new bill. I told you a bill which is there in USA, where they are telling that if you are applying for a US visa, you should keep your social media public and show your activity for last 5 years. IT Bill 2025, Income Tax Bill 2025 introduced in India also tells the same thing. But here what it is, all government authorities can access your social media. That means income tax authorities, enforcement directorate, NIA, anybody can monitor it. Most of the people will say, but sir, this is a violation of right to privacy, Puttaswamy judgment and all that. Puttaswamy judgment of Supreme Court. That is what everybody keeps telling. And to all of them, I will tell you only one thing. Nothing comes above the nation. Your privacy comes below the nation. Simple. That is the only answer. Same thing. How will the new visa rules affect online privacy and security? Clear? Deregistering political parties. Why is the ECI delisting political parties? Let us see. Election Commission of India has begun the process of delisting 345 registered unrecognized political parties, that is RUPPs. Why election is delisting them? Because they have not contested elections in the last 6 years and their registered offices could not be physically located. Reasonable restrictions, exactly. Nothing is absolute. Digital Data Protection Act violation, say it's for public safety. Digital data protection simply means a data that is taken. That is, if I have given a data, some private data of mine to an agency, that agency cannot resell that data to somebody else. For that, you need what? Digital data protection. Clear? What is IT bill? IT bill basically says income tax officers and other government officers, authorities can basically monitor the social media account. Why are they bringing it? Because in social media, we generally see there are many people who will celebrate their holiday, birthday, everything abroad, but won't be paying one single rupee tax. How is that possible? That is the reason. To find that first. Clear? So, parties, if they are not contested elections in what? Last 6 years. And if they don't have a physical office, they will be delisted. Right to form an association is a fundamental right under Article 19(1). Section 29 of the Representation of the People in 1951 outlines the requirements for a political party. Okay, what is the requirement you leave? What does registered unrecognized political parties, what do they get? The main benefit that they get is tax exemption for donations received under Section 13A of the Income Tax Act. That is the main benefit. If you are a registered but unrecognized political party, whatever donations you get, it is exempt from taxation under Section 13A. A common symbol for contesting general elections to the Lok Sabha or state assemblies. That is, you will get a symbol, cycle, whatever. Ability to designate 20 star campaigners during election. Star campaigners means somebody who is famous. RUPPs are required to annually submit details of individual donors who have contributed about 20,000. Heavyweight topics again. I'll break this up and I will give it to you tomorrow. I don't know, 9:30, already 2.5 hours. So, we'll continue next week. We have stretched it by half an hour. I thought we'll push it till 10 o'clock, but it's heavy topics which are coming up. So, maybe we'll take it next week. Let us see what can be done. All right, people. Yeah. Sorry. Suganya Muturani, thank you very much. It's income tax, not information. Sorry, information technology, not income tax. 2 parts, Bhuvan, 7 o'clock to 9:30. Let us see how we can do it. This is actually, most of these are backlogs from last week. That is the reason. Optional public administration about your batch. Please click on that, this thing, description there. There you will find it. There you will find it. Any other queries? Yes, Kennedy, guilty as charged. In the description, you will find a Google sheet. Please fill it. Kushbu, please fill that. हिंदी में क्लास करिए प्लीज. नहीं कर सकते हैं खुशी, क्योंकि ये एक इंग्लिश चैनल है. साफ साफ लिखा है PW ओनली इज इंग्लिश. दैट इज द रीजन. और अंग्रेजी और हिंदी में करने लगा तो पूरा वक्त ले लेगा. इतना भी टॉपिक कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाएगा. वो मिलेगा आपको PDF. यू विल गेट. आई विल अपलोड द फुल PDF. थैंक यू. प्लीज फिक्स व्हाट. थैंक यू Kennedy. Yeah, you can join, not a problem. Let's see. Maybe we'll plan something like that. Maybe we'll keep maybe an something in the middle of the week or something, so that we can finish up at least the backlog. That also we can consider, Aishwarya. Maybe start it a little earlier. Yes, you can get the PDF here. It will be uploaded. Depends on what point you are putting the case. You don't want a voice like me. Trust me, I hate my voice. Any suggestion for banking aspirants? Work hard, stay consistent. Social media, and it's the same thing. That is, they have to reveal their social media accounts. They have to reveal all the details. It will be uploaded very shortly. Anirban Ash, it will be uploaded shortly. You're welcome, Yashi. We will try. We are still working this out. Let's see what can be done, so that we can do complete justice to the whole week's news. Be yourself, people. Don't be like anybody. Just be yourself. Just trust yourself. But the day when you know that only you are there to take care of yourself, that is the day when you will truly start living. Choose optionals. See what you're interested in. Check out the syllabus. Check out the, previous year questions, and then take a call. Srishti Dahale, start writing the answers. Only then you will get to know how to use your current affairs. Amruta Narayan, work hard, stay consistent, stick to your timetable. CDS के लिए help करेगा. First, you check out the last 5 years prelims question paper of CDS. And these issues, whatever we are discussing, it can come to you as a GD, group discussion in your CDS. So all these can come there. If you can't control your screen time, how are you going to control a district? Plan is the Yakshi. That is the ultimate plan. That won't be a problem. If you're filing an FIR, not a problem. But if anybody files an FIR against you, that will be the problem. Every subject is a bit complex. It depends again who teaches it. What you're going to do after this session? Atmahatya. Any suggestion for CLAT aspirants? Same thing. Stick to your timetable, revise the PYQs, go through the question paper. Easily we can do a background check. That is the point here. If you're a BLLB student, you should be updated with current affairs, not just legal current affairs. Overall current affairs, you should be updated. Cadet. No, I don't know who said that. I don't know. Abhijit Shukla. BLLB student, current affairs or just get the major updates. Should I attend legal current affairs on daily basis? Okay, you're asking legal current affairs, should you attend daily basis? If you plan to become a lawyer, you should. If you plan to practice, you should. I think it is the same set of questions that are coming now. Let's call it a day, people. All right. The remaining, you're able to give question based off. That was the plan. The original plan was to give you mains question, prelims questions, etc. But the current affair, for our luck, since January, the load of current affair has become too much, where it's taking a tax, it's taking a toll. So let's figure out something. We will see what is best. Maybe what I will do is I will halt it here. We will do the next week because this is actually from the last week. Next week we will try to finish off that week's and little we will take the backlog from here. Because the more I try to add the backlog, what is happening is it is getting stretched out. Yes, it can help you, Kabir. It can help you. Nonsense gamer. What names are you people kept, man? Only one book, Utkarsh, I always recommend. Mohit Bhattacharya's New Horizons of Public Administration. I don't know about Tamil optional, dear. எனக்கு அதை பற்றி எதுவுமே தெரியாது. ஒரு விஷயம் பண்ணு, போன 5 வருஷத்தோட கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் எடு, தமிழ் ஆப்ஷனலோடது. அதில் எங்கெல்லாம் இருந்து கேள்வி வந்திருக்குன்னு பாரு, எந்த டாபிக் நிறைய கேட்டு இருக்குன்னு பாரு, அதுக்கு ஏற்றுக்கிற மாதிரி ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுங்க. எந்த டாபிக் அதிகமாக கேட்டு இருக்கோ அந்த டாபிக் அதிகமாக ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணு. சவுண்ட் ஸ்டுடியோ, தட் இஸ் தி ஆன்சர் ஃபார் தட். Timings of this class. Oh yeah, people, once again, every week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Please understand, as of now, if you are going to keep any special class just to clear the backlog also, we'll let you know. But this is permanent now. This has been officially confirmed and I am also confirming it. Every week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Alright? That is what it is. ये क्या बोल दिया सर? Bakri. Okay, I don't want to use that word. Whoever you are, gentleman or woman, it was just that I was communicating in Tamil. That's all. Public administration lectures have already been started for June batch. Another batch will start in November. Yes, you will be getting the PDF. Manya, just start writing. Whatever, you need not read all the reports. Basically, read the economic survey. That is more than enough. Rest of it, just Google it and collect it from the newspaper. I already told that. Is this session worthy? I wouldn't say so. SSC CGL, please focus on your maths and your English. Solved out, mill optional. Again, it's all the same thing. So let's call it a day, people. Take care.